You've tried turmeric, maybe glucosamine. Why haven't they completely gotten rid of your joint pain? The reason is a critical nutrient deficiency that most seniors over 60 share, a deficiency that prevents your body from properly utilizing any anti-inflammatory compound. I'm going to expose the nutrient you're missing and the 3 specific T's that, when combined, solve this deficiency and unlock your body's natural to rebuild cartilage and absolutely destroy arthritis pain. Stay with me, the answer might surprise you. Before we dive in, I have a quick question for you. Let me know in the comments below, what is the one activity you miss the most because of joint pain? Is it gardening? Dancing? Simply taking a long walk without wincing? Sharing your story helps us all feel less alone in this journey. Your experience matters deeply, so please share. Now, let's get into the first miracle tea that will help you start winning the war against joint pain. The fiery root. How ginger tea extinguishes joint inflammation. Let's talk about that feeling in your joints. It's not just a dull ache, is it? For many, it's a hot, throbbing, swollen sensation. It's that painful stiffness in the morning that makes you feel 100 years old. That feeling is the unmistakable signature of inflammation. Think of it like a raging fire inside your joint capsules. This fire isn't just causing pain, it's a destructive force. It sends out chemical signals, inflammatory cytokines and prostaglandins that are actively ordering your body to attack and break down its own cartilage. This is the very first thing we must address. If we don't put out the fire, we can never begin to rebuild the house. This is where the humble yet mighty ginger root comes in. For thousands of years, in traditional medicine from Asia to the Middle East, ginger has been revered as one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories on the planet. And now modern science is proving exactly why it works so well. The magic lies in 2 incredible compounds, gingerols and shogols. Think of these as your body's own specialized microscopic firefighting team. When you drink a warm cup of ginger tea, these compounds are absorbed into your bloodstream and travel directly to your inflamed joints. Here's how they perform their miracle work. Your body has specific pathways that create the chemicals of inflammation and pain. One of the most important is called the cyclooxygenase 2 pathway, or COX2 for short. This is the exact same pathway targeted by many popular non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, like ibuprofen and celecoxib. The problem is, these drugs are like a sledgehammer. They can shut down the pathway, but they often cause collateral damage, particularly to your stomach lining and kidneys. Ginger, on the other hand, is like a skilled surgeon. Its active compounds, the gingerols, gently and naturally inhibit that same COX2 pathway, effectively turning down the volume on pain and inflammation without the harsh side effects. It's telling your body, okay, we can calm down now. The emergency is over. The scientific evidence for this is incredibly compelling. A landmark study published in the journal Osteoarthritis and Cartilage involved over 250 patients with moderate to severe knee osteoarthritis. The group that took a concentrated ginger extract for 6 weeks experienced a staggering 40% greater reduction in pain and stiffness compared to the placebo group. They could walk further, stand for longer, and reported a dramatic improvement in their quality of life, all from this simple root. So how can you make this work for you starting today? It's wonderfully simple. You can use pre-made ginger tea bags, which are convenient, but for maximum potency, I always recommend using fresh ginger root. Here is the perfect recipe for a powerful healing cup. 1. Take a 1 to 2 inch piece of fresh ginger root. You don't even need to peel it. Just give it a good wash. 2. Slice it into thin coins. This increases the surface area, allowing more of the gingerols to be released. 3. Place the slices in a mug and pour about 8 ounces of hot, not quite boiling, water over them. 4. Let it steep for at least 10 to 15 minutes. The longer it steeps, the spicier and more potent it will become. 5. For an extra healing boost and better taste, you can add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice and a small spoonful of raw honey once it has cooled slightly. I recommend drinking 1 to 3 cups of this incredible tea per day. Try having the first cup in the morning to help combat that initial stiffness. Feel that gentle warmth spread through your body and know that it's not just a comforting sensation, it's an active healing process beginning in your joints. Now, a quick word of caution. Ginger is incredibly safe for most people. However, because it can have a mild blood-thinning effect, if you are currently taking prescription blood thinners like warfarin, or if you have a scheduled surgery, it's very important to speak with your doctor before making ginger a regular part of your routine. Also, in very high amounts, it can sometimes cause mild heartburn in sensitive individuals, so start with 1 cup and see how you feel. Just imagine starting your day by putting out that internal fire, waking up with less pain, moving with more ease. This is the first crucial step. But putting out the fire is only half the battle. We also need to protect the structure of the joint itself from the damage that's already been done. That brings us to our second T, which acts as a powerful guardian for your precious cartilage. Don't go anywhere, because what it does on a cellular level is truly astounding. The Cartilage Guardian, how green tea protects and rebuilds. We've cooled the inflammation with ginger. Now we need to address the core of the problem for so many people with arthritis, the breakdown of cartilage. Imagine the cartilage in your knee or your hip is like the thick, rubbery tread on a car tire. Over decades of use and under the constant assault of inflammation, that tread wears down. It becomes thinner, frayed, and less resilient. Eventually, you can get to a point where the tread is gone, and you're left with that agonizing, grinding, bone-on-bone feeling. That is the reality of severe osteoarthritis. The pain from this isn't just an ache, it's a structural failure. Your body's natural shock absorber is gone. This is why just managing pain isn't enough. We must actively protect the cartilage you still have and create an environment where your body can begin to repair it. This is where our second miracle tea, green tea, comes into play. It is, without a doubt, one of the most researched and powerful protective substances you can possibly consume. For centuries, green tea has been a cornerstone of health in cultures known for their longevity. The secret to its power is a unique class of antioxidants called catechins, and one of these catechins stands head and shoulders above the rest. Its name is epigallocatechin galate, or EGCG for short. Think of EGCG as a highly intelligent bodyguard for your cartilage cells, which are called chondrocytes. It works in two profound ways. First, just like ginger, it's a potent anti-inflammatory. It blocks many of the same inflammatory signals, like a destructive molecule called interleukin-1 beta, IL-1 beta, which is one of the primary triggers for arthritic pain and damage. So right away, you're getting another layer of pain-relieving, fire-extinguishing benefit. But the second mechanism is where green tea really becomes a superstar for joint health. EGCG has been shown in numerous studies to directly inhibit the specific enzymes that your body produces that literally eat away at your cartilage. These destructive enzymes have names like metalloproteinases, MMPs, and agrokinases. Let me put it this way. Imagine there is a demolition crew inside your joints, armed with microscopic jackhammers, and their only job is to break down your cartilage. Inflammation is what gives them their work orders. What EGCG does is truly incredible. It walks onto the job site, confiscates the tools, and tells the entire demolition crew to go home. It blocks the action of these enzymes, effectively putting a protective shield around your cartilage to stop it from degrading further. The science on this is stunning. A major review of studies published in the journal Arthritis and Rheumatology found that EGCG consistently demonstrated an ability to suppress inflammatory responses and, crucially, to reduce the degradation of cartilage in arthritic joints. Researchers have even observed that EGCG can help your existing cartilage cells, the chondrocytes, to better produce new collagen and proteoglycans, the very substances that give cartilage its plump, cushiony structure. So not only is it protecting what you have, it's helping your body's own natural repair crew do its job more effectively. Are you starting to see how powerful this combination is? Ginger puts out the fire, and green tea puts a protective force field around the building. To get these amazing benefits, the preparation is key. Many people ruin green tea by using the wrong water temperature. Here's how to brew the perfect healing cup. 1. Heat your water, but do not let it come to a full, rolling boil. Boiling water will scorch the delicate tea leaves, destroying the beneficial catechins and making the tea taste bitter. The ideal temperature is around 175 degrees Fahrenheit or 80 degrees Celsius. If you don't have a thermometer, just bring the water to a boil and then let it sit for 2 minutes before pouring. 2. Pour the water over your green tea bag or loose leaf tea. I recommend using high-quality loose-leaf tea like a Japanese sencha or bancha for a smoother taste and higher antioxidant content. 3. Let it steep for only 2 to 3 minutes. Any longer, and it will start to release tannins, which make it bitter. 4. Here's a fantastic pro tip. Add a generous squeeze of fresh lemon juice to your cup. Studies have shown that the vitamin C and citric acid in lemon juice can increase the amount of catechins your body is able to absorb by up to 5 times. It dramatically enhances the tea's power. For real therapeutic effects, I suggest aiming for 2 to 4 cups of green tea spread throughout the day. A quick but important note on cautions. Green tea does contain caffeine. For most people, the amount is moderate and well tolerated. However, if you are very sensitive to caffeine or have issues with high blood pressure, you can opt for a high-quality, naturally decaffeinated green tea. Also, green tea can slightly reduce the absorption of iron and folate from your food. For this reason, it's best to drink your green tea between meals, not with them. Wait at least an hour after eating. Think about what we've accomplished so far. We are cooling the inflammation and shielding your cartilage. You are building a powerful two-pronged defense system inside your own body. Can you feel the hope in that? But we're not done. What if I told you there was a third tea that not only enhances these first 2 effects, but also delivers the one essential raw material your body desperately needs to physically rebuild collagen? The final tea is a beautiful ruby red infusion that is perhaps the most overlooked and most important piece of this puzzle. Stay with me. Nature's rebuilder, the vitamin C powerhouse of rosehip tea. We've calmed the inflammation with ginger and protected the joint structure with green tea. But what about repair? After the age of 60, our body's ability to heal and regenerate slows down. Think about it. A cut that healed in 3 days when you were 20 might take 10 days now. The same is true for the tissues inside your body, especially your cartilage. To repair and rebuild cartilage, your body needs specific raw materials, specific building blocks. If those blocks aren't available, no amount of defense will matter. It's like trying to patch a brick wall without any mortar. It's impossible. The single most important building block for strong, healthy, resilient cartilage is a protein called collagen. Collagen is the glue that holds your body together. It's the structural framework of your skin, your bones, and, most importantly for us, your cartilage. And there is one nutrient that is absolutely non-negotiable for producing collagen: vitamin C. Without adequate vitamin C, your body simply cannot synthesize new collagen. Period. This brings us to our third miracle tea, a hidden gem you may have never tried before: rosehip tea. Rosehips are the small, reddish-orange fruit that is left behind after a rose has bloomed and dropped its petals. They are one of the most concentrated natural sources of vitamin C on the entire planet, containing far more, gram for gram, than even oranges or lemons. When you drink a cup of rosehip tea, you are flooding your body with the essential cofactor it needs to kickstart its collagen production engine. Imagine you're giving the mortar back to the bricklayers in your joints. But the magic of rosehip tea doesn't stop with vitamin C. Scientists, particularly in Scandinavia, have been fascinated by rosehips for years. They discovered another unique compound within them called a galactolipid. This is a special type of fatty molecule that has shown incredibly powerful anti-inflammatory properties, but it works in a completely different way than ginger or green tea. The galactolipids in rosehips have been shown to reduce the migration of inflammatory white blood cells into the joint capsules. Let me explain what that means. When your joint is inflamed, your immune system sends an army of white blood cells to the area. While their intention is good, they often release chemicals that create more swelling, more pain, and more damage. What the galactolipids do is put up a biological "do not enter" sign. They discourage these inflammatory cells from crowding into the joint, which helps to break the cycle of chronic inflammation and pain. This dual action power, providing the building blocks for repair with vitamin C and reducing inflammation with galactolipids, makes rosehip tea a true superstar for anyone with arthritis. The research is very exciting. A major meta-analysis of several studies published in the journal Australian Family Physician looked at patients with osteoarthritis who were given a standardized rosehip powder. The results were remarkable. The patients experienced a significant reduction in pain, a decrease in morning stiffness, and an overall improvement in joint mobility. In fact, the group taking rosehip was twice as likely to report a positive response compared to the placebo group, and many were able to significantly reduce their reliance on traditional painkillers. Brewing this beautiful, tangy tea is a delight. 1. You can use either dried, cut rose hips or convenient tea bags. 2. Because rose hips are a tough little fruit, they need a longer steeping time to release all their goodness. Pour freshly boiled water over them. 3. Let the tea steep for a good 10 to 15 minutes. You'll see the water turn a lovely deep ruby red color. The longer it steeps, the more nutrients will be extracted. 4. The flavor is unique. It's slightly tangy, a bit floral, and quite refreshing. It's delicious on its own, but a small drizzle of honey complements its flavor perfectly. I would advise against adding milk, as the proteins in milk can sometimes bind to the beneficial antioxidants, making them less available to your body. For best results, aim for 1 to 2 cups of this nourishing tea per day, perhaps as a relaxing ritual in the evening. As you sip it, visualize it delivering that precious vitamin C right to your joints, helping your body weave new, strong collagen fibers to reinforce your cartilage. In terms of safety, rosehip tea is one of the safest herbal remedies you can find. It's exceptionally well tolerated. In very high doses, the vitamin C could potentially cause mild digestive upset in extremely sensitive people, but this is incredibly rare when consuming it as a tea. As always, if you have any complex health conditions, a quick chat with your trusted healthcare provider is a wise and prudent step. By adding this final tea to your routine, you are completing the trifecta of joint health. You are not just masking symptoms anymore. You are actively, consciously, and naturally investing in the long-term strength and function of your body. Your simple, powerful path to relief. So let's quickly recap our 3 miracle teas that can help you win the fight against joint pain. 1. Ginger tea. This is your fiery inflammation fighter. Its gingerols go to work immediately, cooling down hot, swollen, painful joints by inhibiting the same pain pathways as NSAID drugs, but in a natural, gentle way. This is your first line of defense against pain and stiffness. 2. Green tea. This is your vigilant cartilage guardian. Its powerful compound, EGCG, puts up a protective shield around your joint cartilage, blocking the destructive enzymes that eat it away. It protects what you have and helps create the right environment for repair. 3. Rosehip tea. This is your master rebuilder. It's packed with 2 crucial components: galactolipids to further reduce inflammation, and a massive dose of vitamin C, the single most important nutrient your body needs to synthesize new, strong collagen to reinforce your cartilage. I want you to take a moment and truly imagine this. Imagine starting your day with a warm, spicy cup of ginger tea, feeling it dissolve that morning stiffness and prepare you for the day. Imagine enjoying a light, refreshing green tea in the afternoon, knowing that you are actively protecting your joints from further harm. And imagine ending your day with a calming, ruby red cup of rosehip tea, feeling secure in the knowledge that you are giving your body the exact tools it needs to rebuild and repair as you sleep. This is not a pipe dream. This is a simple, affordable, and powerful daily ritual that you can begin this very day. You are not helpless against joint pain. You have the power to make choices that nourish your body, reduce your pain, and give you back the freedom you deserve. The freedom to walk, to play, to garden, to live your life not as a spectator, but as an active, joyful participant. If this video has given you a sense of hope and a practical plan you can follow, please do me a small favor and give it a thumbs up. It really helps the video reach other seniors who are suffering and need to hear this message. And of course, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell next to it. We release new videos every single week filled with science-backed, natural, and safe solutions designed specifically to help you thrive in your golden years. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you one last time. Please comment below and tell me, which of these 3 teas are you most excited to try first? I read every single comment, and I can't wait to see your answers.